As we round the corner from July into August, it's time to recap where we stand as far as the summer season temperatures and rainfall go so far. The month of July overall relatively cool and relatively dry compared to normal. We're going to break down the numbers in this week's edition of the Climate Friday newsletter. And if you're not already subscribed, head to WTOL.com/email, and that newsletter will get sent straight to your inbox each and every Friday. We're going to break down the numbers here and talk about the month of July and where we stand, both in terms of precipitation and also in the temperature department. So starting things off with temperatures, it took a while before any meaningful heat arrived during the month of July. In fact, it wasn't really until that final week that we even achieved a 90-degree day. Usually July is the hottest month of the calendar year, but it wasn't until last Sunday, the 28th, that we even scored our first 90-degree day of the month. All said, July finished off with two 90-degree days, both in that final week of the month, with adding to the tally for the 90s for the season. So far, thanks to the hot month of June, 12 days over that 90-degree threshold, and average per year is about 19. So we're approaching that, but still some ground to make up to be a normal year in the 90-degree temperature department. The record was 44 days over that 90-degree threshold, and that occurred in 1988. So where do we stand compared to a usual July? Overall temperatures are about 2 to 3 degrees cooler than average, well below normal, both in terms of those daytime highs and overnight lows. What about rainfall? Well, we did finally make up some ground, but overall many of your gardens certainly in need of some rainfall, and those lawns getting a little bit brown and crusty as well, as we're nearly half an inch of rainfall below average for the month of July. Now, statistically speaking, July is normally the hottest month of the year, and our average high temperature during the course of the month is 86.5 degrees, and that is just average, which goes to show that 90 degrees isn't really that far above normal. This July, our normal high has been about 83.2, so we're about 3 degrees cooler than average, which goes to show that the daytime highs a little bit cooler than the overnight lows, relatively speaking, compared to that normal 86.5. No major heat on the horizon, just those two 90-degree days with an average high a little over 83 degrees and a relatively cool overnight low of 62.4. That's a little closer to normal than the daytime highs, but still below average for those summertime nights. Now, we experience typically the hottest stretch of weather of the year during the month of July, and there's a several-week stretch from the 4th through the 22nd where our average high is up to 87 degrees, and that is the summer maximum before those temperatures starting to fall. And as we head towards August, our normal high is going to drop back to 85 in that 10-day forecast. Now, of course, recapping the summer, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention that heat wave during the month of June that spanned from Father's Day all the way through June 22nd. During the course of that week, we scored quite a few 90-degree days with an average high for the week of 94.1, and that was a historic early season heat wave. Looking at our hottest days of the summer season so far, you'll notice the one thing they all have in common is that they occurred during the month of June. We have not had a single triple-digit day just yet, but we did hit 99 on the 17th, 95 on the 20th, a couple 94s, and then 93 on June 18th, and we did also have another 93-degree day as well. The hottest during the month of July, just 91 degrees, and that occurred this year. The hottest that we had in May was 90. So all of those extremely hot days happened during the month of June, primarily during that spell of hot weather. Now, as far as the statistics and what is normal, July is our hottest of the year, June is the third hottest, and August the second hottest month of the year. So we're not done with summer weather just yet, and the average high during the month of August is 84.1. So that's temperatures. What about rainfall and precipitation? We've been awfully dry during this month, and we went a couple weeks without any meaningful rainfall totals. July rainfall shy of 3 inches. Now, we did have a significant amount due to the remnants of Hurricane Beryl that produced 2¼ inches of rain in just a 24-hour span. That was the 9th through the 10th. And really, that amounted to the vast majority of our monthly rainfall. We're about 1/3 of an inch below average over the course of the month, as it has been largely dry since those tropical remnants. Now, what about summer as a whole? That actually flips the script a little bit. Summer rainfall is closer to 9 inches, and that puts us at slightly 2 inches above average for the summer season, which is June, July, and August. Now, it was a really prolonged stretch of dry weather and absence of rainfall. From the 15th all the way through the 29th of July, there was no measurable rain, just a trace or a few drops, but nothing meaningful that even mounted in those rain gauges. Many areas are starting to need that rainfall really desperately. We've noticed prevailing drought conditions in northeastern and southeastern Ohio, and the drought monitor, you can stay tuned to the WTOL 11 weather team as that is updated weekly every Thursday. So where do we go from here? Well, heading into the start of August, the jet stream is going to produce milder than normal conditions. There are going to be some periodic rainfall chances, but nothing really that screams a widespread washout of rain, more so the hit or miss rainfall. So it is looking milder than average through at least the start of the month, but then temperatures will start to level out by the tail end of the 10-day forecast, becoming a bit more normal. In terms of the precipitation outlook, we're near normal to slightly above average. That green color across the Great Lakes does show precip that'll likely be a slight bit above average, but again, that's not to say everybody is going to get inundating rainfall, just some typical pop-up summertime thunderstorms. Overall, there's still quite a bit of summer left to go, but one thing's for sure, July will go down in the record books as one that's relatively cool and also relatively dry. And as we head towards the first couple weeks of August, be sure to stay tuned to the Climate Friday newsletter and also that WTOL 11 weather forecast for the latest.